So today's a big day. We're going to finally fit the motor and transmission. Some of the unique parts that we've got constructed for this, our own fabricated brake lines. I'll give you a handy tip. Whenever you're making a brake line, get yourself a bit of welding wire, form it into the shape that you want it to before you cut and flare. Just saves a truckload of time, and compound curves can be easily replicated then. So that's one thing. The next thing, this is being fitted with the RRS strut tower brace. It's really, really important if you're going to use this brace that it incorporates the front hoop. We'll fit that after we fit the engine. But the mounting process for this particular model, whether it's an Australian Falcon or an early US Falcon, this support bracket has to go underneath. This sits on top of the rail. You have to clear off all the excess welds and bits and pieces from the original strut tower braces. What this adds to it is it stops this from rolling when you've got pressure on here. So in this circumstance, this would be more than adequate in this car, but we're aiming for something that we can really punish, so we've added extra braces into the shock towers. This also, to make clearance for the big headers, has notched shock towers. It also has our XP V8 engine mount conversion brackets. This means that you can just drop it straight in place. We will bolt up our cross member later once the motor and gearbox is in place. We've already done the preliminary fit out of our rack mounting brackets. They just bolt in the original bolt holes, whether it's left-hand drive, right-hand drive, or a left-hand drive to right-hand drive conversion. Uses the original mounting holes. So we've masked everything up so that we don't take any unnecessary paint off, and I'll just show you a couple of neat tricks that we've discovered along the way. So here's our motor, off-the-shelf pacemaker 4x1 headers, only a tiny modification to one pipe on this side, and we also changed to the dark bolt pattern flanges, which allowed us, when we cut the flanges off, to actually tuck the headers in a little bit more, just so that it's got more chassis clearance in this early Falcon. So it's a neat way. It saves a truckload of time and money if you can just get off the shelf headers and modify the flanges, and minimal changes to the rest of the headers. This transmission that we've used in this is a 5-speed overdrive transmission, and this is one of my preferred modifications, putting a hydraulic throwout bearing into it. This is a hydraulic throwout bearing. You have to follow the instructions that come with the throwout bearing and mount everything as per instructions. So they're shimmed for clearance. It has to be matched to a diaphragm clutch. These are brilliant. This works perfectly with our underdash brake booster. Keeps all of the operational parts well away from headers and other clearance issues. Cables I really don't like, and Z-bars are just nothing but a nightmare. So this is my preferred setup these days, hydraulic throwout bearing. So this is all being mocked into place before. We're ready to fit it up. So let's swing it into place and see how it all fits in there. Okay, now we've got the motor in, not a chip or a scratch on any of the paintwork, and that's fantastic news all round for the owner and for us. Now you'll notice that we have absolutely heaps and heaps of room here. This is only a little Windsor block, 347 stroker, very common one, but it's nice to be able to get headers that easily fit, allow full airflow through the engine bay, aids in all the cooling, keeps under bonnet temperature down. But the biggest thing is This allows multiple engine fitment. So our favourite one, of course, is the Coyote Swap. And now we have in production, second production run of our Coyote headers for a Coyote into an XK to XP or early US Falcon Sprint, left-hand and right-hand drive. So the largest engine we fitted to an early Falcon, and it is bigger than a Ford big block, is a 5.4 quad cam. So we have one in a XM Falcon wagon. That's about to be registered now, and it's a killer combination. It just drives so well. Smooth, cold starts no problem, plenty of torque in such a lightweight vehicle, and it just comes alive with our headers in a good tune. So you can fit a Cleveland in here, you could fit a big block if you really wanted to, but you do have to check with your authorities on the legality of that in Australia and New Zealand. So, and of course in America it's open ticket, so you could have yourself a 550 cubic inch big block, or even bigger, sitting in this engine bay. Makes for a wonderful street car.